How did you realize the base's motivational speaker was actually conducting psychological experiments? It started when they brought in Dr. Amanda Walsh for mandatory morale sessions at our base in Colorado. Command said she was this big-shot corporate consultant who'd worked with Fortune 500 companies, supposed to boost our unit cohesion and combat readiness through advanced motivational techniques. First red flag should have been the paperwork. Every soldier had to sign these massive consent forms before attending. Legal mumbo-jumbo about participation in leadership development programs. Most guys just scrawled their names without reading. The sessions themselves felt weird from day one. Dr. Walsh would divide us into random groups, then give us these bizarre team-building exercises. One day we're building towers out of marshmallows. Next day we're solving riddles while wearing blindfolds. But here's what got my attention. She had assistants filming everything, said it was for our unit's training archive, but these cameras were positioned at strange angles, focused more on our faces than our actual activities. My buddy Jake started keeping notes after week 2. He'd been a psychology major before enlisting, recognized some of the exercises from his textbooks. These aren't motivational techniques, he told me quietly. These are behavioral studies. Week 3, things escalated. Dr. Walsh introduced stress testing scenarios, put us in impossible situations with time pressure, then watched how we responded. One exercise involved choosing which squad member to leave behind during a simulated evacuation. Guys were getting genuinely upset. Some heated arguments broke out. Instead of diffusing the tension, Dr. Walsh just took more notes. Her assistants kept filming while soldiers nearly came to blows over hypothetical scenarios. That's when Jake made his discovery. He'd been researching Dr. Walsh online during off-duty hours, found academic papers she'd published about military stress response and decision-making under pressure. She wasn't a corporate consultant. She was a research psychologist from some university, using our unit as test subjects for her grant-funded studies on combat psychology and group dynamics. The consent forms we'd signed? They weren't for training archives. They were research participation agreements, legal permission to study our behavior and publish the results in academic journals. Jake brought his findings to me first. Look at this, he said, showing me her research profile. She's been running the same experiments on 3 different military bases, published 6 papers using data from unsuspecting soldiers. We're basically lab rats in army uniforms. She's studying how military personnel respond to artificial stress situations, then publishing our reactions for her academic career. I took the evidence straight to our company commander, Captain Miller. He looked over Jake's research, read through the consent forms more carefully, and his face went pale. Nobody told me this was a psychological study, he said. Command briefed this as standard motivational training. Someone's got explaining to do. Within 24 hours, Dr. Walsh and her entire team were escorted off base. Turns out she'd been operating without proper military oversight. The University Ethics Board had no idea she was conducting research on active duty personnel. The real kicker? Her grant application claimed she had full military cooperation and informed consent from all participants. Complete lie. She'd been running unauthorized psychological experiments on soldiers for 8 months. Investigation revealed she'd collected behavioral data on over 400 military personnel across multiple bases, published research papers using our responses to manufactured stress situations without anyone's knowledge. Captain Miller called an all-hands meeting the next day, explained exactly what had been happening, offered anyone who wanted it the chance to withdraw their consent and have their data removed from her research. Every single soldier opted out. Dr. Walsh's research got invalidated. Her published papers were retracted, lost her university position, and faced federal charges for conducting unauthorized research on military personnel. The base implemented new protocols requiring full disclosure for any outside consultants. No more mandatory participation in programs without clear explanation of purpose and methods. Jake got a commendation for his investigative work. Command recommended him for military intelligence training, said his analytical skills were exactly what they needed. Last month, I got a letter from some law firm representing Dr. Walsh. Apparently, she's trying to sue the military for damaging her academic reputation. Her lawyer wants me to testify that the experiments were actually beneficial. I wrote back with 2 words. Good luck. Good.